terrorists, or terrorism or counter-terrorism, because I think that the experts are here. I'm representing the education side in terms of prevention, because all of us know very well about the act of terrorism, what is happening and all these things, technologies, cultures and all these things, right? So I'm not into that, but I will give you a little bit surprise here. Now let's watch this thing.
Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of sheep explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bag is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now trust me, these were all bad guys. Now that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped. Now, I said this was big. Why? Because we are thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear.
Now, I'm a very proud engineer. I'm a trained engineer. And coming out with the technologies, prototypes, is one of our talent. But as you can see right now, when you talk about terrorism, all these things will become very critical in the age to come. Now, I show you another one. This is robot soldier. This is all the artificial intelligence. Now, this is how smart the technology. Technology is getting very smart. And this is one of the areas that we need to realize. All these are from human beings. So what we need to tackle? This room, I think many of you are the experts of terrorism and all these things. But I am not. I just try to understand the situations here. Now, these are the countries which I have been to myself. And I've been to Iraq 8 years ago, when Mosul was still around. that were before ISIS. And my experience in these countries is just simply amazing. You know, as a trained engineer, I try to understand the people's behavior. Why humans are behaving in the way that they become a terrorist. What actually went wrong? Because they are not born to be a terrorist. None of us are born to be a terrorist. It is because of the environment. It is because of the situation. So we need to get down to the root. And I've been to Somalia myself, and Somalians actually asked me, why you as a Malaysian, you ended up in Somalia? I say, because I want to understand what Somalians are thinking. Now even my friends, my colleagues back in Malaysia who are Muslim, they actually say, Jimmy, what are you doing in Somalia? I say, because I want to go and understand these people. And I can tell you, I am a super VIP in Somalia. When I reach there, they come and greet me because they have never seen a Chinese in Somalia. And I can tell you, none of us are born to kill, but we are trained to kill. So we have to do something as a whole. Now, the question here is, what is the role of humans' harmony in the midst of our security challenges? Now, this is the basic questions that we need to ask all of us. Now, what do we do to change human mindset? It's about humans' harmony. Now, at the UNICEF level, what we are doing right now is how are we able to inculcate peace and unity into the human minds from the very, very suitable age. And this is the thing that I believe many of us are missing it. And I think it is the right time for all of us to look into this. I am a trained engineer, and I become very philosophical nowadays because I see the needs in the world. If we are not going down to the root, we will reach a very critical stage because you will never get rid of this thing. When the root cause is not being damaged, you are not going to stop it. So our approach is how do we facilitate building peace in individuals and communities. So we look into spreading peace locally and globally. And what are these people that we are targeting? Are we targeting the people like all of you? Or we are targeting at the different groups? We need to know where is the source that we need to target. And we are looking for this source. So people like you will not have problems because you are trying to anti-terrorists. But the terrorist group are there. They are being trained because nobody cared about them. Nobody wished to know about them. So our focus is about internalizing values. The first part is to connect and to converse. The second levels that we are doing is externalizing values, and our focus is contribute for the common cause. The third one is continuous capacity and relationship building, focus on the regional partnership. And that's why I'm here in Indonesia, because I want to understand what Indonesians are doing. Okay? Now, these are the roadmaps that we are giving out the training. I don't have time, so just have a look. With the purpose that we want to create curiosity among all of you so that you will come and look for me. Now, level 1, internalizing, is about character values. These are the trainings that we are giving out to the groups of people that we have not reached to. So, 12 lessons we are looking at, and we are talking about inclusivity, understanding conflict, rejecting violence, and all these things. And this is our peace and unity, which is very focused on the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals. And it is very critical for us to understand these goals. Now these are the ones that we are doing here, Al Shaddai Classroom, for the source that we are targeting. We have the Blue Ribbon in Malaysia, Afghanistan, Philippines. So we rightfully targeting those countries which has been mentioned just now when I saw one of the presenter that saying the terrorists was trained in certain countries. Malaysia was named, Philippines was named, and Afghanistan was named. And I am a Malaysian. I can tell you, yes, Malaysia seems to be a good ground to train these people. I do not know why. Okay? But we need to go to the root cause. So we understand about these things. So we want to learn from these people. So these are some of the examples that we are giving out to the students. Like the lesson 1, accepting myself. After that, positive stereotyping. Because humans, we like to stereotype. Humans are born with this character, stereotyping. For example, right now you're sitting down there, you will be looking at me, wow, this young man, he wants to tell us what to do. I look young, but I am not young. It is about stereotyping. When I look at him, he's dark. He has long hair. Oh, I think he's a terrorist. I can be very frank with you because I travel the world and I've seen many characters of stereotyping that is so prevalent. The moment when we are on the plane, when we see some Middle East came on board, we were so frightened because we thought that all Middle Easterns are terrorists. They're not. Okay? So we are putting all these values back to the new generations. Diversity in ethnicity, we are focusing here. So we let them watch different ethics about boundary, about borderless, about peace, and about, story from Iran. When I was in Iran, I was so amazed by the Iranian. Yes, we know very well that sanctions on Iran, isn't it? But Iranian survived under the sanction. Amazing, okay? Now these are the things that we are doing with the younger generations. So the internalizing values, we talk about ambassadors. We go to Singapore. We work with the World Interfaith Harmony. We work with the high school here in Indonesia. I do not know whether you know or not. Indonesia is one of the ASEAN countries that we are targeting because you have huge populations. We just understood from my meeting this afternoon with our Indonesian counterpart from UI that Jakarta alone one day is 20 million. No wonder Jakarta sink. Because Jakarta alone one day is the populations of Malaysia. No wonder Jakarta is sinking because it's too heavy. Plus your vehicles. Now, part 2 is about externalizing. Now we are going into the next level about character values. Now, these are the things that we are doing here, just for you to see. Again, Indonesia, we are training out Indonesia Singaporeans because we want the developed countries to come along with us to target the third world countries because these are the peoples that what you need. So we work with all these people, peacemaker, community.
Hi everyone, welcome.
This is in Singapore, This is the our Malay friend here, our Chinese friend.
What?
Oh, sorry. No, just to let you know, this guy here.
Hi everyone, welcome.
Amazing guy. Amazing guy. One of our very good friends.
Harmony Nature Walk as part of
World Interfaith Harmony Week, and we look forward to seeing you here.
Peace. Salam.
Shalom.
Bye.
Now these are the things that we are building. Okay? Now, the third level are more focused on continuous capacity and relationship building. Now, these are the things that we are doing here. Afghan peace volunteers, we work with all different Philippines, Afghanistan. We even work with the Minister of Higher Education of Afghanistan. We try to understand them. We want them to understand us. Now, these things that we are doing are very difficult. I can share with you, it's very difficult. It's easy for us to counter, but for us to work with them is going to be tough. So we want to understand them, what happened. So I continue on, this is in Afghanistan. Now these are the local key partners that we work in Malaysia. We work with the university as well. We try to influence the corporate to come together with us. So these are the things that we are doing. Young peacemaker, we are focusing on the young one because the young one is going to take care of the nations. People like us, we are moving out fast. Okay, so we are working with the young one. Now these are the sustainable development goals. I'm not too sure whether Indonesia is into this or not, but it is coming. Now we focus on the component number 16 about the peace, justice, and strong institution. Okay. This is the goal that we are focusing here, because I don't have much time. Now, through all these things here right now, we have created some successful story. And this one is one of the very successful story. 3 of them. 3 girls. And they discovered they can do so much more for these people. This kid is a refugee from Myanmar in Malaysia. Nobody bothers them. Now, if these kids are not being handled and be taken care, these are the groups that will be easily recruited for something else, because someone care. The one that we should take care, we don't care. 68.5 million forced to leave their homes due to war, persecutions, and danger. These are all created by human beings, not by robots, not by God, all by human beings. We are the one that who created this thing. And these are the numbers of the refugees in Malaysia. These are the registered. We have 500,000 unregistered refugees in Malaysia. But when we heard about refugees, we run away. Many of us, we don't run. We run towards them because we want to understand them. Okay? So, what does it mean by refugees? These are human beings, but these are not given the equal rights, because not what they want. They were born in Yemen, they were born in Iraq, but not what they want. So when they reach Malaysia, they do not have work, they do not have educations, they don't have healthcare. I do not know about Indonesia. I visited the refugees camp in Malaysia, and I tell you, it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. Just to compare with my children, I have 3 boys. I tell you, it's heartbreaking as a human. So these 3 ladies, after went through some of the trainings with us, you know what they did? These are from different backgrounds: music, business, and finance. These are successful people, but they gave up their dreams. They focus on another dream. This is their dream. After we visited the refugees camp, they came back and said, we have a new dream. And the story continues. So let's look at all this. Now you just taken your tea break. I don't think you are hungry. These are the meals that prepared by the refugees. And who are these refugees? These are from Syria, Libya, and Afghanistan. Now people like us, Chinese, we work with them. So they have fed 250 corporate heroes. These are all the corporates that we have fed together. And these 3 ladies are heroes. Why I say they are heroes? Now they have made 3 million revenue, but this money are given back to the refugees. These are the refugees that we are handling. Because we do not want these refugees to be easily influenced by another party. We are looking into prevention rather than action, counteract. We are looking into prevention. You do your part, I do my part. I might not be doing the right thing. You might be doing the right thing, but I can tell you, you might not be doing the right thing also. All of us are not doing anything, but we need to go down to the root cause. Now, it is amazing to see all these things right now. We have given back these 100% of children with educations and 250% more than minimum wage. We have been given this thing back to the refugees. And these refugees started to understand the people like us. We don't understand them, but now they understood us. The work that we are doing is tough, but it's very life-fulfilling. Why? This family from Syria. Let me just share with you. They ran away from the country. They came with 7 children. They only left 1. Because along the way, 6 died. And I can tell you, if no one cares for them, they have a lot of bitterness. They are easily being recruited. And once they are recruited, they have nothing to lose. That's where the mindset of the terrorists. And we make them a different family. But the sad news is this. The husband was diagnosed with a critical cancer. Passed away 2 years ago. This is the life that they are going through. Now, how can you be you and make a change? We start to recruit many more others. Not to work with Malaysian, but with Malaysian helping the refugees. And the global engagements that we are talking here is not about engaging Japan, Singapore, Taiwan, all those good countries. We are globally engaging the torn down countries, the people from the torn countries, people from Syria, from Libya, from Somalia, from Pakistan, names that you can name, we are interacting with them. We give educations to the refugee kids. You look at the smile. This smile costs many millions. But we see this thing, we don't see this thing in our kids, isn't it? We ask them to go to school, they get angry. But these kids, they want to go to school, they don't have the chance. But when we gave them the hope, this smile worth $1 million. These are the small little things that we are doing as an education provider. These are the things that at the universities level, we are training our students, the young generations of leaders, to go out and impact those that who need us. So what we are doing here is a life testament that we are really with the ground. So I hope with this message, yeah, I know it's about counter-terrorism, about technology, about culture, but I think we need to have another platform where some of us will have to go down to the ground. Let us do our part. We might not be able to change the mess, but to me, to save one is to save a life. Just start with one. Because terrorists will never stop, but we can make a difference. So I end my talk here. So what I want to say here is that UCSI Universities is a private university in Malaysia. We always try to pioneer things that people are not doing because we want to be real. So any one of you are interested to collaborate with us, please do get in touch with us. We are working very closely with Universitas Indonesia as the first platform in Indonesia. And we hope more will come together. And one of the areas that I'm very interested is the ASEAN communities. ASEAN community comprises of almost 780 millions in population. And the main contributors come from Indonesia. Countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, they are uprising. So we need to give them the values. So I hope that you are listening different things from me. You know, it is not about studying about the terrorists or whatever, but coming from a different perspective, because it is all our responsibility. And I can be very frank with all of you. It is my first exposure here in terms of conference of terrorism, and I'm quite happy to see that, you know, one of our friends just now presented about JAD, about the downfall, expected downfall of JAD, JI, and all these things. You know, it gives me a very different perspective of the people that I know of, because we are fighting it together. You fight your ways. For those who believe that you are in this path with me, come us and let us do another part to counter terrorism. I wish you all the best. Thank you.